So I've owned the BalanceFrom / Signature Fitness commercial leg press for an entire year. It's all black, moderately adjustable, easily loadable for all strengths levels, and honestly, clearly just a visual clone at least of the Precor Icarian 45-degree leg press that has been around for years. On paper, this leg press looks to be one of the best bang for buck purchases you can have for your home gym, coming in at only $800, including free shipping, sold and fulfilled via Walmart.com. All this sounds really almost quite good to be true, and so I am here to tell you just how it's been after my full year of ownership, after using it weekly in my training. Let's check it out. Hey guys, this is Michael with the Jungle Gym Reviews. Today we're reviewing the BalanceFrom / Signature Fitness commercial grade plate-loaded adjustable leg press, model SFL2. As I mentioned, I've owned this piece for a full year now, and I've been tempted to make this video a handful of times, as I've still yet to see more than one or maybe two videos on this product, despite it popping up again and again and again and again in the home gym group specifically. Well, today I'm here to share my experience owning it long-term, tell you a little bit about what to expect with the machine, and then you can decide whether you think this will be a good purchase and fit for you, your home gym, and your training. Before I get into the video, I just wanted to say a sincere thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. If you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, that would go a long way to support me and continue to allow honest and concise reviews like this one. Also, if you would like to further support the channel this holiday season, please consider using any of our affiliate links when making purchases. Some of the links do provide a small commission to the channel and no cost to you, and some also provide additional discounts to you when using my code. Please see the website link in the video description for a full list of affiliates and discounts. Okay, so when I bought this machine a year ago, it was around $1,000, which I thought was a great price at the time. In recent months, Walmart has dropped it to $800, and I've even seen it go under about $100 or two cheaper than that, which is absolutely wild just for something of this weight and size. I mean, most plate-loaded leg extension and curl machines alone are around $400 to $600 or $700, so for a 230 plus pound leg press to get freight shipped to your door in a big crate at that price is pretty cool. From the day I received it, I've had no issues with the overall build quality, fit, and finish. The linear bearings on the leg press trolley are still very smooth, and noticeably more so than any of the other cheap plate-loaded leg press and hack squat options I've owned in the past, like the Titan Fitness and the RitFit combo machines. This BalanceFrom Signature Fitness version feels extremely solid and for sure one of the most commercial-like home gym-oriented machines I've owned to date. As I mentioned before, it's literally almost an exact clone of the older school Precor Icarian leg press that I've seen in a handful of gyms over the years and used in the past. As far as overall quality goes, the only things I've personally noticed on this machine is that the left side stopper and locking mechanism seems to get a little stuck sometimes. The handle's harder to turn than the other side, and it has a little more friction. It feels moderately like something's catching or grinding, like metal on metal contact, where some rotational part or point is not seated or lubricated properly within whatever it's housed in. I've tried to get some silicone grease in there where I assumed to be the friction points, but that didn't really help, so it's just such a minor gripe. It really doesn't add or take away from the overall functionality. I just left it alone and largely don't even notice it anymore after just using it for so long. Other than that, from a quality standpoint, things like the footplate are both wide enough and comfortable enough, have good enough grip and built-in dual footplate angles, again mimicking that Icarian leg press, so they didn't reinvent the wheel here. There's plenty of options for width and vertical positioning so that it can be comfortable for users of any height, any limb or biomechanical proportions, and if you want to bias your quads or your hamstrings more depending on how wide and what angles you want to choose to place your feet. So as you probably guessed with the self-labeled commercial designation, this thing definitely does take up a bit of room, but honestly not too much in the grand scheme of things. The floor footprint is only 84 by 37 inches, so it can actually be pretty narrow depending on how you configure it. The height's only 55 inches. What really takes up the most space is the super long removable main weight horn here. It goes across the width of the frame and it's about 64 inches wide, which means that you also have to add a few inches more on either side in order to get around and load it with plates. What I've done in my setup is I just removed that center weight horn entirely, since the one on the back of the leg press trolley plate has its own weight loading horn and it can accommodate about 12 to 14 standard width Olympic plates. Then it saves about a foot of width on either side, making this machine again pretty seamlessly narrow to fit anywhere in my gym space with approximately a similar footprint to many other such standalone machines. So considering all that, how well does it work? Honestly, if you blindfolded me in my local gym and had me use it, I'd say yep, that's a leg press, meaning it feels 100% both normal from a use and quality standpoint, and I would honestly truly think it's a commercial option. It doesn't shake, it doesn't wobble, it's very smooth. You can load it fairly heavily with all the loadable weight horn length on here. But to be transparent, I really haven't loaded it with more than 10 or 12 45-pound plates, both because I'm not that strong to rep that out with full range of motion, and also because I truly do not have more than 10 45-pound plates in my home. So I assume quite a few of you are also in this camp. With that all being considered, it serves the purpose extremely well, and I assume could adequately handle a few more 45 pounds considering its 1,000 pound rating capacity, which is about 22 45-pound plates if you have that laying around. So for the adjustments and range of motion, you have a few options to choose from. The seat back angle adjustments are plenty, as there's 4 different angles to choose from: 20 degrees, 25, 30, and 35 degrees, which are all pretty standard selections in my opinion. The range of motion is really great, and I think far outshines most home gym oriented leg presses, especially the leg press and hack squat combo options. Since the machine is a dedicated leg press only, it's tailored to that specific movement. So here you can see just how deep you can go without hitting the bottom stoppers, and I even definitely consider myself a deep squatter as well, and I've had no problems there. If you do want even a little more extra range of motion, which I don't think most people will, but you can add some sort of padding, or in my case, I had an extra bench pad or some similar prop behind you just to push up your torso further up and out, and therefore it gives you the same proportional range of motion increase if desired. As far as assembly goes, it's very straightforward. It gets plopped in your driveway in a big crate. Everything including the large side frame pieces and the leg press plate and trolley are bubble wrapped and thrown in there together. So there's really only about 8 or 10 pieces or so: the 2 sides of the frame, the seat frame, 2 or 3 cross braces, guide rails, whole leg press plate and trolley assembly, and the weight horns. On top of that, everything is assembled with 14 to 20 of the exact same size bolts, which make it easy and relatively quick to assemble. The other really nice thing about this bolt together design is that then you can take it apart or move it up and down some stairs. So no matter if you have a basement, bedroom, or garage gym, you can take it piece by piece to the desired area where you want it set up and not have issues getting it around corners or through doors. I personally had mine in a basement for about half of the last year before moving it back up here to the garage, auxiliary gym 2, 3, 4 for some fresh air. So overall, considering the matrix of convenient and straightforward ordering, decent quality, low price, ability to go super heavy, and the smooth, solid, and just downright functional nature of this machine, it's definitely a good purchase for most people if they have the space in their home gym. For the price, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer, coupled with the fact, again, it's sold and shipped by Walmart. The range of motion is great, that minimal footprint, especially for a leg press, some built-in plate storage on either side, and again, being dirt cheap, because I still don't understand, because shipping, I imagine, is very expensive for something this big and heavy. Personally, I'm on a quest to try every leg press and hack squat on the market in the coming year or two, but for now, this definitely has to be one of the best price per value ones that you can get, and that's also oriented to just more than casual home gym users, despite being a very competitive price. I would say this isn't a true commercial machine, but is downright close, and 95% of the users, including myself, would never really know that's not the case. For the price, really the only improvements that wouldn't break the bank in changing the design would be that I wish the back pad went a little higher to support my neck and head. When you're pushing heavily, kind of like benching, you start to push your shoulder blades and neck back, and with this, I end up just kind of loosely looking up at the ceiling. You just need to remember to keep your neck slightly tucked and locked in, but it would be nice to have that longer pad. The other improvement that would likely cause a slight design change, unfortunately, is I wish the trolley guide rails were a bit longer so that you could do calf raises on this machine. I have to do the bent knee version rather than the straight leg, so it's more of just a personal quality of life issue for me. The last improvement I want is these locking rails just to extend another notch farther. I feel like it needs about 6 inches higher than it currently does. It's for sure not a deal breaker, but rather than starting with my legs almost fully locked out, I kind of have to squat down to start mid-press range of motion to get it off of the tallest stopper. So I wish it had another more height adjustment to accommodate those who are tall or long-limbed. So as far as alternate options go, in this specific price range, $600, $700, $800, there's pretty much nothing. If you want a hack squat and a leg press, there's a handful of those in the $600 to $1,000 range. My previous video, the RitFit leg press, I compare some of those in that range and have further in-depth comparison to those options. As far as this commercial or light commercial option for a leg press, I haven't seen much lower than $1,500, $2,000, honestly, all the way up to $3,000. Since this one is literally just so far out of those price range, it's really hard to make the case for something more expensive that may have similar quality and a max capacity. I don't know what improvements in use case would warrant that cost increase. So guys, that's it for this review of the BalanceFrom Signature Fitness Leg Press sold on Walmart.com. If you're interested in joining our community and connecting more on a personal level, please see the link below for our Discord channel. We have a lot of great conversations going on between us, other creators, and you, the community members. We've also officially launched our apparel website, thejunglegymapparel.com, with limited stock of our first official release of high quality, super comfortable, athletic fit, casual, and gym wear, and gym flags. Thank you for tuning into the Jungle Gym Reviews. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.